New Year celebrations in America's New Orleans ended in a horrific attack when a pickup truck rammed into a crowd, killing 10 people and injuring 35. The attack took place at 3:15 a.m. local time. The suspect, whose identity is still unknown, was killed. According to eyewitnesses, the attacker, who was wearing full body armor, fired from an assault rifle. What else do we know? The mayor of New Orleans initially stated that the incident was an act of terror. Then the FBI dismissed that statement, but later confirmed that they were treating it as an act of terror and were investigating it. Listen in.
Good morning. First of all, we do know that the city of New Orleans was impacted by a terrorist attack. It's all still under investigation. You'll hear more after me. However, I have been in direct contact with the White House, with Governor Landry, and of course a unified command who is present here. What I'm asking at this time are prayers for those who have lost their lives in the city of New Orleans due to this tragedy. In addition to that, I'm asking the public to stay clear of 8 blocks around Bourbon Street. Stay clear from Bourbon Street, 8 blocks around.
Louisiana governor described the act as horrific violence. Mourners and survivors are demanding answers as the investigation unfolds. Federal agents are also investigating explosives found at the scene. The police chief saying the driver fired at the police and struck 2 police officers after his vehicle crashed.
It did involve a man driving a pickup truck down Bourbon Street at a very fast pace, and it was very intentional behavior. This man was trying to run over as many people as he possibly could. It was not a DUI situation. This is a more complex and more serious based on the information we have right now.
Now, this devastating incident highlighting a disturbing trend: the use of vehicles as weapons. Vehicles have increasingly been used in attacks, exploiting their accessibility and deadly potential. In December 2024, 5 people were killed, over 200 injured in Germany in a similar vehicle ramming attack. Now, these assaults often vary in motive. These assaults, in fact, some are carried out by groups like ISIS or Al-Qaeda that prefer low-cost, high-impact attacks. Others stem from mental illness, political extremism, or personal grievances. Similar attacks have been seen in Germany, the UK, France. Far-right extremists, lone wolf attackers, even those motivated by misogynistic ideologies have turned vehicles into tools of destruction. The simplicity of these attacks making them hard to predict and prevent, posing a significant challenge to the law enforcement officials worldwide. The first day of the new year also saw Russia launching an aerial attack on Kiev that killed at least 2 people. Ukraine State Emergency Services saying 6 people were injured, 4 were pulled out from the rubble after the Russian drones were fired towards the Ukrainian capital. The attack came just a few hours after the Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky vowed in a New Year's message that he will do everything possible to bring the war to an end over the next 12 months. The Ukrainian officials claim the Russian drones targeted the capital's Pechersky district. That is home to the presidential palace and government quarters. The National Bank of Ukraine said in a statement that one of its buildings was damaged in the attack after debris from one of the downed drones set fire to the roof of the bank's building. The mayor of Kiev confirmed that the debris also damaged a non-residential building in a different neighborhood. Despite both sides ramping up their aerial attacks over the last 2 months, seeking to gain an upper hand in the conflict ahead, the course of the war remains uncertain. As the United States President-elect Donald Trump is set to take office in January, Moscow has carried out regular airstrikes, remember, on Ukrainian towns and cities far beyond the front lines in its nearly 3-year-old invasion. On Tuesday, Russia claimed its forces struck a Ukrainian military airport with high-precision weapons, while Ukraine on the same day reported destroying an oil depot of Russia. The Ukrainian Air Force saying it has shot down more than 1,300 various types of Russian missiles, 11,200 attack drones, 40 Russian military aircraft in 2024. If you were to be asked who drinks more, is it boys or is it girls? While you may want to toss a coin to answer that, or maybe not even answer that, a study has now revealed that teenage girls in the UK are more likely to get repeatedly drunk than their peers and outpace counterparts from almost anywhere else in Europe. What accounts for this? Let's just break this down for you. As per research by the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, or OECD. In fact, British girls have contenders from just 3 countries: Hungary, Denmark, and Italy. The only places where teenage girls can outdrink girls in the UK. And that's not all. The study that examined drinking habits across 34 countries also revealing more than a third of girls in the UK aged 15 have been drunk at least twice, compared with less than a quarter of boys the same age. Experts placing the blame on alcohol companies, which they say are heavily targeting young women with ads. And what do these ads show, you ask? As per reports, the ads allegedly link alcohol consumption to a feminine practice and market it in a way that is pushing girls to resort to heavy drinking. When teenagers, more specifically 15-year-olds, were asked if they had been drunk at least twice, the average for boys and girls together in the UK was 29%, as compared to an EU average of 23%. Alcohol consumption has serious consequences for one's health. According to medical experts, higher rates of drinking can directly impact the liver and cause liver-related diseases. Experts suggest the first drink for teenagers should be delayed for as long as possible, and more awareness is required to prevent young girls from falling for marketing gimmicks.